Hi there, welcome back to the Pop Culture Podcast. Today on the show, we've got a special guest for you. We're talking movie buffs and their impact on pop culture, and today we've got an expert, Mia Antiveros. Mia, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Owen?
I'm having a good day. So,
That
can
is
you
beautiful.
tell us really what a movie buff is and how it's different than a cinephile?
Absolutely. So, first off, cinephiles and movie buffs are extremely opinionated. They're very passionate when it comes to movie watching, but both terms can be used hand in hand most of the time when they're a little different. Um, Movie buffs tend to have an overarching opinion on certain movies, and they use the term movie instead of film, like a cinephile. So a cinephile is someone with extreme interest in cinema, and they see films more critically than most audiences, and yeah,
Okay, but what I understand is that movie buffs are just into movies for the sake of like I enjoy movies. I like movies, but a cinephile is someone whose interest is like more formal. They have like an extreme interest and they are looking at it more critically than just, hey, I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna go see the Lord of the Rings movie and I love Frodo.
yeah, exactly. They see it more as artistic. Like, were you ever a Spider-Man fan?
Oh yeah, dude, I love Spider Man.
We were not around for that craze, but on Reddit, they have extreme conversations about movies, and Redditor McLean88 says, I feel like I rarely hear people talk about the massive amount of hype behind Spider Man 2002. They just slapped Spider Man on everything: Dr. Pepper, cans, Pop Tarts, multiple cereal boxes, singular wireless tie in, Reeboks, candy bars, like you name it, it's there. It felt like Spider Man was everywhere for him, and when the movie was finally released, there were long lines of theaters in his area. So even I can remember myself being absolutely obsessed with Tobey Maguire. Owen, okay, like I had a costume, and I was meandering around my house
Yeah.
with DVDs on all day watching. I mean, movie trends like that are just happening all day, every day. What do you think is the most the most recent one that you've seen so far?
The thing of the summer was Barbenheimer, obviously, and
Right.
so like the I don't. A lot of the time I want to go support movies at my little theater, but
Yeah.
Oppenheimer is one of the ones that I was like, I need to go see this like in the AMC in the IMAX.
Yeah. I remember specifically dressing up in my pink outfit with my friends, and we went to go watch Barbie and we cried about it. And then the next week round I went with my dad and we watched a 3-hour movie, Oppenheimer. Like, it was a must. You have to do it. Friends, family, you got to be there. And I mean, it took over summer of 2023.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess if you're looking at movie buffs and cinephiles, there's probably like people like look at Christopher Nolan movies, and a lot of them are would they be what you call cinephiles, where they're like really breaking them down because they're these hugely complex movies. Not that Barbie isn't.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. Cinephiles just absolutely tore up Barbie. They did not like it. They even some women didn't like it, and it's about feminism. And so I found that really interesting, and so I was deep diving on Reddit and finding out all these little things. And one of the main things was, specifically, I could tell that they were cinephiles because they thought that it had no plot and no they already heard all these things about feminism. And I was so intrigued because when you look at the box office numbers, Barbie made more than Oppenheimer.
Like not every movie has to serve the cinephile or the movie. So I mean,
Exactly.
I honestly I haven't gone and rewatched Oppenheimer or Barbie. They're obviously built for a different kind of person. The person who maybe will go rewatch Barbie over and over is not the same person who enjoys sitting through Oppenheimer.
Exactly. Yeah, the demographics when I was looking at it, it's women under 29 for Barbie and men over 30 for Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
So
I'm a man over 30.
there you go. Apparently me too.
There you go. But if I'm not the person who would really go see Oppenheimer, is it important for me to still go see it? Is that something that matters, or if I'm a man over 30, is it still important for me to go to see Barbie?
Well, that's actually a really good question because the special thing about Barbenheimer is that they make you want to go see the other one. They were released on the same exact date, in 2023 in July, I believe, the 23rd, and they're so different. And Barbie was you know, was first like found out in the 1950s, and the atomic bomb was happening in the 1940s. So they're kind of like in the same almost era, and then they're coming back up again in the 2000s. Or, I mean, 2020. Sorry, and it's just it's crazy to see that like so many different people, even though those demographics are important, they're going to see these different things. But also another thing that I found super super interesting was at the Oscars, even Barbie was only nominated for about like 7 Oscars, and Oppenheimer was nominated for like almost all of them, and they won a lot more than Barbie. And so it just shows that even though there's these massive movie trends, that the cinephiles or movie buffs, they control this narrative of which movie is better and which is going to be the topic of the summer or the fall, or what's the best Halloween movie, you know.
I want to catch you here. Is it the cinephiles, or is it the movie buffs who control it?
I think it's movie buffs because they're more about entertainment, while cinephiles, they go a little bit more into depth. So the basic, the pop culture audience, like they're like, I don't really know what you're talking about. You're talking about mise en scène and and framework. I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to go watch this to escape.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking about Spider-Man, and the big difference is there was no real social media
Right.
when that came. So I mean, how much does that matter for like Barbenheimer versus stuff like Spider-Man? We talked about like there's all the physical, like it's on your lunchbox, it's on a
For
T-shirt.
sure. I think that the merchandise also has to do with the big thing. Like, I don't remember seeing merchandise for Barbenheimer, but back then they had to use merchandise, and Spider-Man already had a big platform, comic
Oh,
books
really?
and TV shows and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I think seeing it live action was like a big thing for them, and also I think that comes back around to Barbie and Oppenheimer. Those are the first time that we've kind of seen them on that grand scale. I'm sure that having both Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day was a little calculated, but I think it's also with like what audiences want to see. Like, let's talk about Endgame. Like, Endgame was all the talk, and now no one wants to go see a Marvel movie. And I think it has to do with movie buffs going, oh, I want quality over quantity now. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like the movie buffs control the pop culture more so because they're in it for entertainment.
Okay.
Cinephiles, like I said, they are watching it less, not even for entertainment. They're watching it to analyze it. They're watching it to, like Marvel movies. They're probably the ones that are like quality over quantity, and I don't know what they're doing anymore. And like this is not even what they used to be doing. And about Star Wars, I mean, we went and watched The Phantom Menace on
We
May the
did.
4th.
And,
So,
and I mean, it's not like we said, it's not the best movie.
right. I mean,
But I had a good time.
no, I had a great time, and I think that is just our movie buff showing. Like, I mean, I think they made, I don't even know. They made at least $1 million just in re-releases in theaters. So I think that that's our movie buff
There you go.
energy coming out and just going for entertainment because it was May the 4th, and you
Exactly.
know,
And I think that's important to recognize is that you don't always have to have either hat on. I can go to this movie because I'm excited to see what Christopher Nolan has been doing, or I can go to this movie
absolutely.
because I'm a big fan of Moana, and even though Moana 2 isn't going to be great, I love Lin-Manuel Miranda because I love Hamilton, I love In the Heights, and yeah, I'm going to go see it. All right, well, Mia, thank you so much for coming on the podcast day. It's been a real pleasure, and we will have to get you back soon. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Owen.
See you soon.
Dream guest on my podcast? Probably my ex. Technical difficulties. It's okay.
Probably my ex, actually.